Look who it is. DREADMON, glad to see you made it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I've been running around all day, now I'm ready to party.
Boss man.
All I gotta do is find me a worthy subject so we can boogie woogie. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a story of famous dog. For the dog that chases
You
its
definitely
tail,
came to the right place, man. Have a
Shit,
stab
don't mind
at it,
if I
huh?
do. So many prospects, so little time.
rhythmic dog.
Now who's worthy to boogie with the dog? Hey, is that a baby?
Dog of the world unite.
What? I couldn't find the babysitter.
Oh yeah, use a fool
Got
for
me
that.
some slack,
Hey wait,
DREADMON.
hold up. Hold my drink, I think I see something. Yeah, what's up ladies, what it do? I was wondering if you'd like to boogie woogie with the dog. Oh, yeah. And 2, and 1, and 2, and 2, 1, 3, and 1, and 2.
That's my dog. Popcorn play.
Hey, yo, it's getting kinda hot in here. What do you say we shake the squeeze out?
Baby, when I think about you, I think about love. Feel like making love. Feel like making love to
From the hot streets of Jamaica and into the Archie Comics, it's the Neca, Eastman and Laird's TMNT Adventures DREADMON figure.
Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Figg Nooten's Figures. It's your guy Figg Nooten and we're back today with another figure review. Today I see Neca, Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures DREADMON figure. This figure was part of the Target Haulathon release a couple weeks ago and we're finally going to crack them open here today. Of course, this figure is part of the Mighty Mutanimals GANG from the Archie Comics, the TMNT Adventure Comics, which include Man Ray, Mondo Gecko, Wingnut, Jaguar, who we reviewed here a couple of weeks ago. You can check that out here on the channel. Leatherhead, and of course, our furry friend here, DREADMON. His story starts in South Africa, where DREADMON's father sends his mother and him to Jamaica. They're kind of struggling, he's kind of short on funds, so he ends up becoming a thief. One day, he steals an amulet that transforms him into a half-human, half-dog creature with super speed, and that's how we get the DREADMON. He's actually a black-backed jackal, so that's pretty interesting. Let's take a quick look here at the box. We get a nice clear window, Nickelodeon here in the corner, Neca Adventure Series issue 3. We can see our figure here with some of the accessories he's included with. There's a whole lot of bananas in here. Some of these we've seen already. Then we get DREADMON and his comic likeness. On the back, we get DREADMON here, striking a few poses for us in action. More to come, some other figures. These are already out, and we actually reviewed Slash here a couple of weeks ago. Make sure you go back and check that out. Man Ray, he's on the way. Just pre-ordered him through Entertainment Earth. I missed him the first time. More comic book art here on the side. Not much more there on the top. Here's the credits for the people that actually worked on this figure, which I've been actually a lot more interested in lately. It's nice to know who's putting in the artwork that goes towards making these figures. And with no further ado, guys, go get you some fresh fruit, sharpen up those fangs, and let's get ready to howl at the moon with the Neca, Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures DREADMON figure. Here he is, guys, fresh out of the box, the DREADMON figure. This guy looks really interesting, has a really cool looking suit here. I have not been let down by Neca with the comic book stuff. Love that cartoony look there on his face. He's got a big old bushy tail. We're going to take a close look here at this guy, but first let's check out those accessories that are included. All right, let's jump into the accessories. You always get a whole lot of stuff with these Neca TMNT figures, especially hands. Here we get 2 fists. DREADMON is definitely a lover and a fighter, so he's definitely going to need some fists and hands, if you know what I mean. And then we get some gripping hands here, 2 of them. And you can see the nice paint there on the nails that they did. There's some nice molding there on the back for the fur. Real Teen Wolf vibes going on. You're going to need 2 of these for both those bananas. Here are those bananas. You got a peeled one, you got an unpeeled one. So whatever you're liking, Neca's got you covered. These look nicely painted. You get the black tip there, a little bit of the black paint there on my banana. Unless that's a smudge, I still think it looks pretty good that way.
Then you get this bowl here. It looks like it has some intestines and some other fruits in there. We got a pear, an apple, and a banana. I remember the Jaguar figure came with the bowl of fruit, but it didn't have the intestines. So DREADMON's definitely mixing up his diet. He's getting a little bit of everything in there. These Mutanimals really like them some fruit, I gotta say. And then we get the grub here. This grub looks pretty crazy, man. He looks pretty sinister. We got this with the Jaguar as well. He has the light blue paint with the black paint to define the lines. Some red eyes there and some fangs with a little bit of the horns. I think we could put this in DREADMON's hand too, and we'll do that here in a minute. You get another pair of eyes here to switch out on the DREADMON. This is more of a lowbrow hunter type look, and I'll show you guys how to throw those in. They have the plastic peg here on the back that would just pour it into a hole in DREADMON's face. Pretty cool if you like doing stop motion. This would definitely come in handy. And then last but not least, for the accessories here on the DREADMON, we get this here headstone. And I was asking myself, where does this come from? And then I remembered that the Mutanimals are actually all killed. All that's left is some headstones. That's just how they do it in the comics. So this is actually DREADMON, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Take a closer look at this guy. I know I do. Go right ahead and start here at the top. Starting off with the hair on the DREADMON. Of course, his name's DREADMON. He comes from Jamaica, so it might be that he has some of these little dreadlocks that are here. They don't really look so much like dreadlocks here in the hair, but it looks like he has a very nice mane that's molded very nicely. You can see some of the hair kind of waves out here with some black paint, and then we get the little skulls here in the back. He has some skulls here on these little braids that are in the front. Very sharp ears with some purple paint, as well as a gold earring. And you can see there's even a little bit of molding there on that earring that he has. The eyebrows are nice and thick on these eyes that I have in right now, which are very big and round. I really enjoy that look. As a freelance cartoonist myself, I can really appreciate this whole look that we're getting here with all the Archie Comics stuff. He has a big long snout here, and the paint starts to go from brown into the black paint here. The mouth does hinge up and down so you can see the tongue that's in there, and it's a nice long tongue that we get with some nice sharp white teeth. Two kind of sharper fangs there in the front. Moving down to the neck, looks like he has some necklaces. I wouldn't exactly say that they're gold because we could see the gold earring here, and that's a little bit of a different shade. This is more of an orange. Moving down here, he has a tank top, and we can see that it's definitely suns out, guns out here with the DREADMON figure. He's got these 16-inch pythons, brother. This dude is built. He's like number 2 in charge of the Mutanimals, so you know, you gotta stay on point. Moving on down to the belt here, he has some wooden planks. If we take a look all the way around, it doesn't really start or stop anywhere. It has some rope keeping it together, and then he has this purple skirt here. It's like a soft rubbery material, a few cuts here, and you really need that, especially here in the back with this tail. Talk about that a little bit more when we do the articulation. Moving back to the arms, he has some fur here on top of the forearms, and you can see the spots here. I kind of get more hyena vibes than anything when I look at this figure. He has those spots here on the legs as well. A little bit more of that black paint here on the knees. The fur is molded really nicely all throughout. Some very interesting feet that we get here that we're definitely going to talk more about when we do the articulation. The tail back here, it's nice and bushy. It starts out small, gets a bit bigger here. It waves out as well with the nice mold and some black paint. I really like the way all these figures look as a whole together with all the black paint kind of accenting all the definition. That's going to do it for a closer look. Let's jump into the articulation. Okay, so for the articulation here on DREADMON, his head can go down about that much. Head can go back about that much before the hair hits the back. He has a nice tilt to it, side to side, no problem. Can't really do 360. I mean, you could try and force it, but it's going to be kind of hard with the hair here, and this is a hard mold here on the hair. The arms are on a single hinge here. They can go up and down about that far. You get a cut here at the bicep. Single hinged elbows here. My joints are kind of tight, as they always are on brand new NECA products. And then here at the wrist, you can spin it all the way around and you get a hinge. Here at the midsection, he's on a diaphragm joint, so you can go back and forth about really not that much. You can go full 360 here with DREADMON, no problem. Moving on down to the legs, they can do a split about that far. The legs can kick out about this high. The legs can kick back about this far. And the knees are double jointed pin knees. You can see there's the double joints there. And moving down at the ankle, you get a hinge here right above the ankle, which goes down to the foot. There's no problem standing this guy up, even though these hinges are here, because the joints are kind of tight on this figure, so I do like that. That's going to do it for articulation. For our first comparison here, we have a couple more Mutanimals. We have Slash here, who we reviewed a couple weeks ago, and then we got the Jaguar here. You can see all these figures are coming together with the dark definition lines on them. I really like it. You can see the similarity in the eyeballs with the DREADMON and the Jaguar figure. He also comes with that little grub included. Look at that cute little Jaguar there. Let's do a couple more comparisons. For our next comparison, we have a couple more Mutanimals here. We have Mondo Gecko, and we have Leatherhead. This is the Turtles in Time NECA Leatherhead, and this is the animated series. We're still waiting on these guys to come out in the Archie Comics stuff, but for now I got them on display. Let's check out a couple more figures. And then next up we got some Turtles. We couldn't do comparisons without some Ninja Turtles, right? We got the old school Playmates, Leonardo, and we got the old school Playmates, Raphael. Let's take a look at some more Turtles. All right, we got some more Turtles, some Mirage Comics Turtles this time. We got Leonardo over here on the right. Yeah, that's Leonardo with the red bandana on his head. And then we got Raphael. These guys are Mirage Comics Turtles, and this guy's from the Archie Comics Ninja Turtle series, so a little bit of a different look. Let's have a look at a couple more. And then we got some 6-inch Playmates Turtles here. Leonardo on the right, Raph on the left. These guys, as far as scale, they scale right in there. You could definitely tell this is Playmates next to some NECA stuff. Let's have a look at a couple more. We got some Turtles in Time action jumping off here. Leonardo and Raphael, they got the same black line definition on the paint. Still a completely different look. NECA just nails the looks for these figures so hard, man. And last, but definitely not least, these are the TMNT movie Turtles here from NECA. I really love these Turtles here. Such great detailing on these. Again, you want Turtles, NECA's got them. They got them however you want them. You just got to find them. That's going to wrap it up for comparison. Okay, so for my final thoughts on the DREADMON, I think the sculpt is very unique. I do like this figure, and I think he holds a lot of authenticity to the comic book look. My favorite part probably being those big round eyeballs on the head, and the hair is definitely one of a kind as well. The colors all blend together nicely, and the articulation is pretty standard, but I really like what they did there with the feet by adding that extra hinge. The accessories are pretty good. My favorite ones probably being the headstone, that bowl of guts and fruit, plus the interchangeable eyes. I paid about $37.99 for this guy, and even though Haulathon is well over, you can pre-order them again at Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. Probably gonna crack open that Ninja Turtle accessory pack next, so stay tuned. Sure hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button for me, and also make sure to subscribe for even more reviews. That's gonna wrap it up for this one, but as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. It's your guy, Figg Nooten. Figg Nooten, out.